Hey guys, I just got back. I'm fresh off seeing Fast X, the 10th installment in the Fast and the Furious franchise. Um, and this is gonna be a little review of what I thought about it. Um, now, I before this came out, the last couple weeks, I have been going through and rewatching all of the Fast and the Furious movies. I hadn't seen some of them in years. Some of them I'd only seen one time in the theater. So I went back and watched all of them. Some of them I hadn't ever seen. I completely skipped Fast 9 when it came out. So I went and watched that. That's the one where they go in outer space. Yikes. So I really didn't know what to expect with this one other than I saw the trailer and I thought that the trailer looked decent. But we all know, I think everyone knows, even people that don't watch the series knows that the Fast and the Furious franchise for a while now has been kind of, shall we say, running out of gas. Um, Pun intended. Um, with that said, I went this is still opening weekend. I went and saw Fast and the Furious or Fast X, and I gotta say, I didn't hate it. I actually liked it way more than Fast 9, and I liked it better than the F8 Fast 8 um, that came out. So definitely better than the last two movies. Um, I liked it better than several of them actually. Now, is it a great movie? No, no, it's not. But is it a fun, action-packed movie? Yeah. And I didn't have too many qualms about it. Um, the movie kind of takes us back to the streets, back to where everything began. Not not really where everything began, but back on the road and behind a car and out of outer space. Um, and Dom finds his family, not family, like the 30 different followers that he's got now. It's almost like a cult, but uh, his actual family. He's got Letty, and he's got the little B, is what the child is referred to as now, little Brian. Um, and he find they are in trouble. They get threatened by the son of a former foe of the gangs, played by Jason Momoa. Um, Jason Momoa was fantastic. Everything that you're reading and hearing about him in this movie is true. I think he's honestly probably the best villain that this series has had, maybe behind Jason Statham, because in that Jason Statham's, what was it, 6 or 7? I think it was 7, where Statham was a legit bad guy. Now he's kind of a good guy, and they've kind of turned him. They flip flopped him. But originally, Jason Statham was a villain. I think I don't know who I liked better, but he's right up there. Him and Statham, as far as like the series villains. Um, he was very almost Joker esque at times, and I've heard people say he was kind of like Jack Nicholson's Joker. I got a little bit of that, but I also got a lot of like Heath Ledger Joker too. But he wasn't doing it um, to mimic them. Like it wasn't a mimic or an imitation of them. So it felt fresh while just reminding me of like, oh yeah, that's kind of creepy. That's kind of how those characters in those Batman movies were. Everyone's back. John Cena's back. Obviously Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez. Ludacris. Everybody, the whole gang is here. Um, we even get a few surprises. I'm sure a lot of people have already read and seen, what's coming up in this movie. We get a character come back from the dead, who I won't speak on who because I don't want to spoil too much. Um, but in the same vein, we get a character come back from the dead. We also lose a character, lose a member of the family, and I won't speak on who that is either. But or do we lose them? That's the real question, because It seems like in these movies, everyone that dies doesn't actually die. And so, do you ever really ever does anyone ever really die in the Fast and the Furious movies? I'm beginning to think not, because I mean they brought back Han, they brought back. Well, you'll see. Um, so there's a character that dies, there's a character that's brought back to life, and then there's a character who I think everyone is kind of by now knows about, but that hasn't been in uh, a movie or two that shows up at the mid credits scene. So definitely, if you go see this, check that out because it is after the initial credits. It's during the middle of the credits. Um, if you don't know who it is, then you aren't a fan of the. You haven't been paying attention to this series because I mean, a blind man could see it. um, anyway, I mean the story wise and action wise, it's still ridiculous and outrageous as ever, and as what we've come to expect for a Fast and the Furious movie. Um, at this by this point, really, you just got to kind of shut off your brain, sit back, fasten your seatbelts, and enjoy the ride. Um, that's really all there is to it. And I got to tell you, I enjoyed this. I didn't hate it. I didn't like nine. I didn't think eight was great. I thought this was a step up from both of them. So Fast 10 or Fast X, I give 3 stars out of 5. Um, was it the best in the series? No. Was it the worst in the series? No. Maybe I'll do a ranking of the Fast and the Furious movies, or they already are on my Letterbox. So shameless plug, go follow me on Letterboxd. I think I'm just at Matthew Winstead. I'll put it here just in case if I'm wrong, but I think it's just my name, Matthew Winstead, on Letterbox. Um, but that's it, guys. Fast X. Um, have you seen it? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments if you hated it. What did you hate about it? Is it just because it used to be about racing and now it's not? Yeah, but it could be argued that there was always, yeah, like I said, I just went back and rewatched all of them. There was always a bigger thing to the story than racing. There's always a heist going on. There's always something happening, a mission, so to speak. Now, did they get more outlandish and unbelievable as the series went on? Absolutely. But I mean, it's always been something other than just racing. So, you know, what did you think? Uh, Leave the comments. Let me know if you agree or disagree. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Hopefully, I didn't spoil too much for you. Um, and let me know. Come back to this video and let me know what you thought. Until next time, guys. I hope everybody has a great week. And remember, Matt knows best.